Welcome back to the Hopium Den. Let's get high. Alright, we are picking up where we left off, jumping right into the Uprising here. So because it's another continued quest, we are really under-leveled in terms of like our cards. We're a couple levels behind now. But that's alright. We're going to keep rolling with it. By under-leveled, I mean we have leveled up at least once on just about everyone, and I haven't been able to take their new cards. So my power level without the new cards is behind the difficulty level that goes up as you level up. So it's just kind of an interesting setup. Definitely can't do Daredevil on him. And no more than 3 of your turns. And Rambler's not an option, so I've got to try for Shrieker, which means I need to make sure I have one of my AoE cards. So it could be Frost Eruption, or I unequip Frost Eruption and I take Shard Launch is probably my better bet. I think that's the move. This is possible, but pretty unlikely with him. I think I'll just try not to burn. Masochist, that's a pretty straightforward one with him. Specialist, no. Exterminator, that's going to be really tough. Really tough, but we can try it, because I don't think we're ending it at max health. Boom, 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 Shrieker. Okay. That definitely was not Shrieker. Alright, whenever a hero short, all adjacent allies suffer hazardous terrain damage, so we just need to all be away from each other. Alright, we can try that. And let's run it.
Peace,
the orphan says, its voice incredulous.
peace.
It turns and looks back at what you've done, at the ruined machines left in your wake, and the injuries you yourself have suffered to come here. You can understand the sentiment. You're a little surprised yourself. Here you were at the brink of war, the destruction of all the unfettered within your grasp, and you laid down your sword. So you explain how you arrived at the decision. You tell of your time here in the north. You tell of the freezing expeditions, fierce battles, and brutal attacks, of the memories that follow you now. Then you describe Frosthaven, this hopeful town perched on the edge of the world, and how hard you and everyone there have fought and worked and died to keep that hope alive. As you speak, something dawns on the orphan. You see it in the machine's mannerisms, how it nods slowly and lowers its arms. It understands. These obstacles that you've overcome, the anguish that you've endured, the orphan has felt those same things. You aren't sure when, but at some point, you find yourself speaking not with an enemy, but with a fellow pilgrim fighting in an unforgiving world. When you finish, the orphan takes a moment to consider. When it speaks again, it does so with warmth.
Life is not so gentle a thing, is it?
The orphan says. It shakes its head, a small concession to the immense burden it has endured over all these years. It turns back to you, the blue light behind its eyes softening.
Perhaps,
It says,
we have misjudged each other. Perhaps the world is not the same as it once was. You struggle here, just like us. And perhaps the answer is not to destroy, but to work together.
The orphan turns and gestures for you to follow.
Come,
It says,
we must tell the others.
together you move through a side passage and enter a series of triangular chambers filled with great towers of black steel and flashing lights.
If we are to have peace,
The orphan calls back.
I must issue a new proclamation to the unfettered.
The automaton moves to the base of a tower and opens up a small compartment, revealing a complex web of cords and buttons.
But be forewarned, I can entreat, but I cannot command. Each unfettered has a mind of its own, and each chooses for itself whether to accept my decision.
The orphan manipulates the control tower, its fingers clicking over the row of buttons, and after a moment, the tower itself shifts. The lights that weave in and out of its steel facade flicker, changing from red to green like distant stars, except a few of them do not.
As I suspected.
The orphan says, with some darkness in its voice. Almost on cue, You hear the sound of machines marching, and a moment later, a line of heavy, unfettered barge into the triangular chamber, hulking steel automatons, their fists already clenched.
My personal guard,
The orphan says.
They will never accept peace, I'm afraid. They will try to destroy both of us now. Quickly, we must move to the other towers and send the message to the rest of the unfettered. If enough of them take up our call, we might stand a chance.
Surrounded, you face a row of solid steel. The orphan's private guard are huge, well-built machines, their joints hissing as they bring their massive limbs to bear. But still, you must hold them back. The orphan needs time to send out the new orders, because without them, none of you will get out alive.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, we got the piece we wanted with some of them, but not all. Might have just been simpler in hindsight to just go try and kill the boss, but I stand by this decision. This is kind of a fun storyline. I was peeking at the personal quest just to make sure I didn't have any perks or anything to update before I jumped on, and we are 7 out of 8 done with Blinkblade's personal quest in outpost phases to hear people's names. I'm actually a little sad by that, because I think he might be level 4, but we're only running his level 3 card right now. In the board game, I took him to level, I want to say level 7. I at least ran 7 a couple times. I don't think I hit 8. But I was really excited for some of those cards. I never even got to really show him off in here. So I don't know that I'll rerun him instantly, but I'm not opposed in the future.
The waves come, and you strike them down. You heave yourselves up, muscles drawn and wasted, pulling at the very dregs of your being, and you swing, dropping more and more machines. But still, they come. The doors to the final tower fall open. Just a little longer.
Alright. All doors are locked until the 2 consoles are hacked. Each console has 3 security rating. Homeboy has movement of 3. Any hero can lose a card. Okay, and he has 12 health. He reduces its security rating by 1. At the start of most rounds. Cool. Alright, that sounds sketchy. I like it. Blink, I need you in range 3 so we can pull off our shenanigans. These guys only have 9 health. I mean, he's closer to the left, so it just makes sense to come this way. He can get there in 2 turns. I'm kind of thinking of just sending Blinkblade solo. Sorry, we are getting over a cold in my household. It is that time of year with daycare season, and my wife and I work in the healthcare field, so it is just germ after germ. Alright. So, strengthen, boom, triple attack. Blinkblade's doing his thing turn 1. He actually doesn't need to be there, though. He can be back here. That's still within range 3 of that thrower. I love getting the earth out for a brittle turn 2, but I'm also thinking just moving and tanking this feels pretty good. And then that allows her to get a tag up. Because if I had just let him go at 1 and go late with everyone else, I'm just sacrificing them. So I need my cheap move, and 1 with the mountain, and we go tank. And here we'll go fairly early. I like the board trap combo with the strengthen. It's a good initiative. Here we go late. Yeah, I don't mind going at 50. That's a fine... I mean, it's not after, but either way, I don't really care who takes the damage there. And if I get lucky enough to kill it, I'll take that chance. I mean, I'm banking on pretty good flips, right? I need +3, but strengthen, that's very doable with Blink Blade, especially with the rolling modifiers. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty similar opener to our last mission. It's just such a strong opener. 44. So he is still going to attack target 3. Shoot. Alright, well, Orphan's getting targeted by 1. There's nothing I can do. With that door there, do I move him all the way over? I don't think so, because I might need my tank to get back to the other side at some point. I'm just going to keep trapping up. I don't know what's going to spawn, but Pole has a lot of, or traps have a lot of potential with automatons and blade spinners being my enemies. Do I want to move closer so I can just heal attack? Or do I save this to get back towards the middle? I guess I'm going to stay on the offensive right now. Especially since I didn't get my element set up. There's our free 3 movement. That's why that's huge. We're already strengthened. I'm going to save the poison for a blade thrower. Let's just see how we flip. Okay, that's a strong start. Let's do it again. I've already taken the damage this round, and I have a fast turn, so I really don't care about killing this round or next round. But his modifier deck's so good, we just clean it up. Alright, we're going to go get you centralized here. And then I'm going to go early and mark. Alright, does anything summon? No. So now's where we're kind of in a bad way without elements, but that's okay. I think it's probably just in case punch primal to get up elements for a draw next turn. We get Homeboy there. And then you, we want to get a tag early. The only thing I hate about doing Call to the Abyss for the permanent is I really like the bottom. Just being able to get one out feels good, but that's okay. I don't think I'm killing over here with just 2 attacks, which is a little unfortunate. I would like to, but I don't think there's a great way to do it. Okay, so we are summoning. Blade Spinner there, Blade Spinner there. I mean, if I go fast here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about with jump? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no. And I'm not doing a burn just to run back to the other side. Blink Blade did too much damage too quick. I mean, they have some jump, but it kind of feels like just getting out a ton of traps feels strong here. Trap, trap, drop, trap. Then pretty much anywhere they funnel through the middle, they're in trouble. So I have a weird fast turn here with nothing to do. I think I might just loot and go invisible. Man, that feels like a waste of a fast, but then we set up a ton of traps, and then you focus this side. I mean, on the flip side, you could get a little attack all the way over there and attack 2 with a pull. So then I would have 2, 3, 4. I don't think I care about leaving them alive one more turn. It's fine. Do I want to force shadows out early? I would if it were a bottom, is my answer. Alright, Orphan, get your booty there. Yep, we mark them. Okay, 4. That's solid. That's solid. Not gonna have dark. Not gonna have a shadow. Linkblade just is doing too much too quick. Okay, I don't know why that. Okay, weird delay. It does not like the invisibility mechanic. Is this one worth it at advantage? Probably not. So I could throw both these like boom boom, but I think I like this play better. Do I put the immobilized trap here? The only thing is I really want him to hit immobilized because that completely stops his turn. This is going to be an absolute nightmare to boot back through, but I kind of just think it's hilarious. We're doing it for the memes at this point. Okay. That's a fine ×2 take right here. No. Ooh, it is 3, but we're okay with that. Once I kill this bolt thrower, I can control the blade spinner a little better. I think I need to take this back. Feels like it needs to be in case punch for the jump. I mean, I have both elements, so draw is really good this turn. So I pretty much just need a 4 movement. The problem with doing this combo is that I want Mountain's Fist back for a bigger attack, and it is so expensive to get that back. It's not really worth me doing it that way. So I think I want this for the move 4. I debated going a different way, but alright, we're already down to 2 there. We're invisible here. So Blink Blade. You go late, and the only thing I don't like about this one is that I can't push. But he has enough pull. Trapper has enough pull mechanics right now. Yeah. Trapper has enough pull mechanics. I can just go late with Trapper. I should have saved the 99 just for the sake of initiative, but I was thinking it would be a wasted card. For wound, I want to keep my big attack. I probably don't need this. Other than the fact that I don't want to muddle myself. And I don't want to do a bunch of attacks into the retaliate, so I'd rather do something like Reckless if I need to. What I'm thinking of doing here, I know I got my other one back for the movement, but I'm actually thinking of doing the immobilize, because that shuts him down from doing any of his multi-attack shenanigans. So I really like the idea of an early brittle. And then here we don't have the dark, but I only need 1 damage, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm going at 10 with the brittle. I'm going at 10 or 50. It's got to be 10. So I was thinking about the multi-attack, but I don't know that I want to do the 2 into the brittle. I would rather do, you know, an attack 5 or something the next turn. So if I would have positioned better, I would attack, try and kill, and then instantly move that shadow. But I use my range 4 attack, so I can't make that work currently. I'm going to save the 14 just for initiative purposes. I think it's got to be something like that. Alright, that's an annoying heal. Do I want to even move? I guess I will, just to get a little further away from this guy. And what's Blade Spinner doing? Move to attack 2 at target 3. It's a normal move, though. It's not a jump. So he can only get to here or boom boom, so he will get to here. He's our target. I don't love letting the bolt thrower live, but he's only healing the poison, so it's fine. It's a big miss for the retaliate, but whatever, at least I saved my strengthen to hopefully do more damage when I need it. Drop to this top side, maybe? No, I'm just gonna stay... I'll stay here. Keep me in the middle a little bit. Come on, there we go. Yep, we get that there. That means a move 2 with that is in range. I do hate that he's strengthened. But at least initiative-wise, we went after. Now you're doing your pull at range 4. You're gonna have to hit your own wound trap, my dude. Doing it for the memes, setting up our wall of traps. That's hilarious. I love that. I love it. That's a terrible play, but oh well. Yeah, we'll hit our wound trap. Then he's in range 4 to pull into the immobilize. Oh, I actually can just curl up here. Yeah, it's fine. Saving my jump boots. Alright. So we destroy this. We move to here. We add the wound here. Because then this should be 7 damage. 5 damage in wound. Okay, my big damage trap's over here. And then I'm actually thinking about doing this one to get him through all the damage right now. On the flip side, I get the immobilize, I go fast, I'm safe. So, alright, we'll just do this. Alright, cancel, boom. What do we want back? I mean, I got all my elements again, so I think it's got to be the Mountain's Fist strengthened. This is just such a good move to have again later that I think I want this back. Okay. Hate that. And I used all my ability. Alright, well, it's got to be Dark Fog. Dark Fog, Fluid Night feels really good on someone over here. So I could pull and immobilize the bolt thrower with my Earth. Retaliate 2 on both of these guys, and then go for a kill. But I'm probably not going to kill anything is my issue. I mean, this is an attack 5 strengthened, but it's not enough unless I can go after her. And the absolute fastest she can do this for me is where we're at. I could anger. Just consume this to do an attack 3 at range 3. But then that would use my brittle. So that's potentially 6. And then I need to do 6 more. And I'm doing a 5 strengthened. That's pretty risky, but it's possible. And then bolt thrower, I'm taking focus and immobilizing, or I'm shielding and moving all the way to it. I think I take focus and immobilize. Don't love that, but I don't hate it. Alright, so immobilize. So now we go fast. Do big damage and take the retaliate. Shouldn't take the retaliate, he should just be dead. And then Cascade, then the next turn I could potentially attack both of these and run away. Probably. Because then I'm at a slow turn. So you should just have a setup turn. I think I'm going to drop double heal traps. So heal, hopefully kill, hopefully kill. I don't love it, but let's see how it goes. Ooh, alright, I might have to burn for that. Alright, Reckless, baby, here we go. Yes, we're doing this one strengthened. I would love to kill this. I'm actually going to get to here, I think, so I'm not fully cut off from my team. Come on, big flip. Okay. That's a big flip. We keep our tank tanking. There's an argument where it should have been him. Do I do the dark? No, I don't think I need it. I don't need it. And do I move? I don't hate where I'm at, because I don't want to go into range of both right now anyway. And I'm using my ice and earth, so... Okay. We were close on killing the bolt thrower with her. I just can't miss this for the retaliate and heal. Like, I know the odds were really good. I'm not that delusional, but at the same time, I just need to be cautious, right? That's a 6 health swing on my tank. I'm going to drop this here. That's pretty protected for my own team. So how heavy do I retreat is the only thing I'm thinking. Kind of like the idea of getting him to this side, because that's where they're going, and I still have my pull item. So he feels more valuable on this side of the map than over there doing nothing. Alright. Whiff on him. Okay, that's not bad. 3. We'll take that. Now we're at a point I should heal or start burning. Holy cow, I didn't realize my work chat was going crazy. Hopefully nothing important. Alright, doesn't matter. It'll be there. Be there tomorrow. Alright. We've done our Mountain's Fist. It's very expensive to get back. We're going to get drawback again. What did we summon? Interesting. Alright, ruined machines everywhere. Okay. So if I dropped to here and did the pull, you're guaranteed dead. Hindsight, I wish I would have got my heal back, right? But that's okay. We at least brittle for the sake of the team. And then out of the brittle, we can hopefully kill. Is this a good turn to rest? Probably not long rest, right? If I move here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, I'm probably getting hit. So I really need to short rest. I hate giving this up. I can protect it for 1 health here. Always honey potter that. I never short rest into anything else. Why did I just take 2 damage? Oh, because I short rested. I forgot about that one. That's fine. So Blink's attacking and running away. Somewhere. To be determined. I mean, Exploding Decoy, top and bottom, are both just really good here. But I think I want it for the top. The top's all I need for 6 with wound. It's an attack 2, so that's 8. Wound should be 9. So it should be dead just on that top attack. Especially if Blink's doing an attack too. So I guess my other thought is there a better way to do this? Right, like if Blink's doing, we'll say 4 and 4. He's half health. I still need to get him through both traps is my issue. I still need to really get him through both traps. So destroy one and I could launch it. 2 and wound and 4, right? So 6. So I could launch a 4. Alright, if I did... Man, this combo is interesting. Because I could dismantle the 4 and launch it. Then if either of them hit a +1, they're dead. And then I could move 3, make a trap where I started, and pull. So I could potentially wipe here. The problem is the initiative's just too bad to bank on that. But I was trying to figure out something like that where I could really min-max the damage. I mean, I could throw a trap way over here, but I have no way of manipulating him here without doing the confusion BS, and I don't want to burn / I can't burn. So I could get that down. How would I get him through that? I don't have a good way. Yeah, I think it's just worth seeing what Blink Blade does damage-wise and then having my pull set up. And saving Dismantle for the following turn with an early initiative. I only have the 1 jump, huh? Okay. Then I think it's gotta be Boar Catcher to get in position. Over here. I don't love that. They're going at 0. Attack 1. Move 1, attack 1. Target all. Okay, and then move 1, attack 3. You gotta run, my dude. We don't want that damage. I'm playing a very similar fist build in tabletop right now, and I love it. He's just so good. The ability to brittle, I think, might be the best mechanic in the game. Bane might be better. Bane might be better, but it's so hard to set up Bane. Brittle's just so valuable. Alright, Blink. We can't poison these. I will wound this guy, I think. We're getting close to a long rest, so let's use up all our mechanics. Alright, that regen's actually big. That regen's really big because it makes it not scary for him to run this way and just long rest safely. But that is really leaving Homeboy ISO. These guys are only moving 1. And he should be dead before his turn goes. That does pretty much put Blink out of the fight temporarily, but I'm not taking damage from the bolt thrower. Alright, we're going to play conservative on Blink. I wish I could get over here more closer to this door just in case, but it's fine. Because the regen will trigger before either of those, so... Alright, we jump. We're pretty safe with our little trap fortress. Range 3, pull 4. No dice. Ooh, a little cookie delivery. Thanks, B. Nothing like a cookie break that takes 2 days to get back to finishing the video. Oh, that's hilarious. Not intentionally. I meant to get it done the other morning, but then they had an update and that put me behind. And then, we're back. That's all that matters. I'm going to get this video out today, hopefully. Sorry we're a few days behind, and then we'll be back on the normal Tuesday schedule. throughout the next couple weeks. It'll be easier with the holidays and a little less on my plate from the work schedule standpoint. I am in a bit of a time crunch tonight, so we're going to try and, I won't say speed run this, because obviously you can't speed run Frosthaven, but I will be a bit more impulsive in my decisions. I usually really try and min-max everything, which strategically is the way I like to think and play, but time-wise I want to keep it moving. We're having rain here in Michigan, and it's all going to freeze around 11 midnight-ish, and we're driving across the state to see my wife's family, so not a good combo. Alright, we cleared the first. We were working our way back across the middle. Dang, I already did this turn for sure, didn't I? Yep, we lost it. That's okay. Alright, so it was the brittle here, and then probably just something with some move. Short rest. Man, I do not want to give up that strength and trap. But that's okay. I think I did last time, so I'm going to keep it the exact same. So here I was repositioned with my jump and then the pull. And then here we do have a fast turn, or I have a slow attack 4. Attack 5. I do a pure damage there. I will keep it on the fast turn, doing big damage and moving away. Actually, don't mind going at 20, see if Trapper goes first. And then here, if you are brittled, have my shadow there. So a brittled attack 5 and get your booty moving feels like a pretty good turn. I'm going to do this to actually keep the sunless. Want to make sure I don't burn that one. Alright, Orphan. Get over there as fast as you can. I think these plays were both successful, if I remember right. Stuff's probably going to spawn behind me, but I want to get moving. Alright, you went first. A little annoying. Ooh, alright, so if I do this, I don't think I actually need the poison on myself. Because I'm doing a lot of pure damage. I mean, that's 6 with wound and an attack. I mean, I guess I'll do it to be safe. I'm long resting. Of course, we hit big damage on him. Love that. Alright, and then move 5. The big question is, where am I moving? Bolt Thrower is, with all attacks, range 5. So he'll move up 1, 2, 3. So he's going to hit Trapper with everything. I could heal the poison off. He would just move away. I think I fled Blink this way to get him ready for the next room. Because that's just a wound trap, but the regen's going to take care of it. Now my only thing is I do have basically 2 turns to just sit here. Alright. I'll just stay right... Yeah, I'll stay right there. That's fine. Alright, Trapper, we jump. You're going to take some damage, but that's okay. I still have my heal trap set up. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, I still got the pull. Not quite how we drew it up, but that's alright. Yep, let's mark him. And then we get that baby moving. 5 hexes. About the only downside to this plan is it does mean Fist's going to take damage. Oh no, because he's only moving 1. Alright, everything worked. We cancel. What do I want back? Probably encased punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I do have the pull here, but he's not in position for it. And I can't really get there. I don't have any elements out, so I might just do a piercing pummel with my move. Alright, and these are double ruined machines. Okay. I'd like to get Homeboy through this trap. Okay, I could destroy an adjacent trap to launch it, but it's only at that range, so it doesn't actually help. I'll have to think about him a second. Here, we long rest for sure, in our slow. Deathwalker, kind of want a short rest just to keep some pressure out. That does typically burn me in terms of what card, and I do have the health to long rest, and he's going to be safe over here. So I guess I will slow play it, not that I like that. Is it worth the long rest? Not really. Maybe. Maybe it was. Damn, I gotta remember this. I keep taking damage on these rests. Okay. So Black Barrage feels pretty good. And then we do a late move 4. Man, that's put me in a bad position next turn. But if I could kill and get another shadow out, then I can do the Deepening Despair. Long rest. And then Homeboy, I've got to move to this heal trap. Okay, I wouldn't mind if he went early and moved up, but we'll just kind of see. No, you want to tag it early. And then here, I'm in a bad spot, because if I just keep ignoring him, he's just going to keep whittling me down. But also at some point, like, there's just too many traps out. Now I could relocate both of these, flip this one over here and this one here, and that keeps him moving this way. So I could do an offensive play here and get these 2 traps away from me and then make a heal trap. I doubt they'll do 5 damage in a turn, so I'll stick with this play. Alright, stay alive. Guided advance. Alright, homie, get up here to your heal. Come on, big damage. +2. Just kidding. I knew that was way too much to ask. Sure, let's loot. Alright, Fist, what are we doing? Part of me kind of thinks I just need to get up as far as I can. Because his next turn, he's moving 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could potentially kill. Because if I trap boom boom, he is getting around. So unfortunately, I need to kill him. Or try to. Alright. 'Alright. 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 and then this attack, because even if I don't kill, this pure damage hopefully would have killed before the trap damage, was my thought. Alright, let's get a little heal. We're kind of standing in a bad tank spot with low cards. Alright, we get this. Let's put it here since I'm funneling this way. And then this trap. Maybe I leave this one now. Because I do have the path along the outside, and then I'll get a heal trap here. Alright, not worth the pull. Regen, I could regen him, but he's going to move out one through here. I would love to regen her, but she's out of range, so we just run. So I was still supposed to have my regen here. Oh, I took the 2 damage on the rest. Never mind. Never mind. That's 100% my bad, not recognizing that. That worked out exactly like it should have. It's just a little annoying. The regen to proc both those would have been nice. And one of these days, I will stop taking damage from resting. But not today, lol. Okay. Double brittle, get out of there. And don't go adjacent to someone I'm long resting. I'm trying to figure out my best play here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Part of me wants to just get up in his face and start attacking. I don't hate the idea of a slow turn here. And then, I think I saved the push. Or I do a fast turn with the push. Let me see what she's doing. Probably my 11 attack. And then give myself some... Then get one of them out of there. Okay. Man, the only thing is I wish I brittled before I did that big damage. So 19, so she would have to go Fluid Knight initiative. I'm okay with that. I do like the idea of moving one out, but that's okay. And then Blink Blade only has 1 to kill. And that is a 4 damage trap, so doing a fast turn... I can actually stay in a slow turn. And I'll just do... What, I need to move 1, 2, 3, and slow is my only issue. So probably Reckless. Reckless, Kinetic. Okay, I could do Kinetic for the bottom just to push. I need to do the bottom to do my consume and push, so then I would need to do a slow top. I don't think I like slow here. I think I like fast. Because potentially I'm wiping one at 24. Potentially I'm wiping one at 24. So then with you, just a kinetic transfer top. No, we do a reckless top. The attack 5 should just burst through, I think. Or I could single target that. Because with the brittle it should be a 10. And then I just need to get some movement. Probably, no, I don't like that initiative play. I want to time it up right after the brittle. I don't want to burn my big 5 move. That's the only issue with fast, is I want to move next turn. So I think at 40, I stick with the... I will just do experimental for a wasted attack, and then I think I'm just going to do this 3 with a push. Man, that feels bad. I'm going to be 1 damage short. What could I do instead? I don't want to do that. I could just do a double attack. Then I can't push in slow. That would give me 1 move and attack. I think it's got to be fast if I'm trying to double wipe. I just tried to do all the calculations I could slow, and I don't think it works. Attack 3, range 3, that would be a 6, and then I have the attack, move, attack with Twin Strike. Or actually, I think this is the combo, because then I guaranteed have the push if I need it. The only benefit of the Twin Strike is then I could potentially clean up, but I'll stick with this. That's my best play at 36. All right. Range 5 again. I mean, no matter what, he's in range 5, so I'm just getting him full health. I'm resting this turn, so I don't want to be by anyone. So I'm going to come here. So this I would consume 1, but at that point I'm probably guaranteed killing, so I actually think this is better than Deepening Despair right here. I don't want to do that other... No, we missed it by 1, didn't I? Shoot. I think I've got to drop with her. So I could do this, guaranteed kill, and what does that leave me? A 4 with no push. 4 and immobilize. But he's not moving. Okay, so this is my better play. I come up here, I kill 1, I get my shadow back out. And then I skip my movement and I loot in face. No, I picked the wrong ones. What about my move 5? That's my own fault. Shoot. Alright. Well, plan B with the cards we got, huh? Kind of feel like at this point, it's okay just completely funneling these guys one way. How much is this? 2 in wound, and this is 4, so 8, so he's not dead. I'm still gonna do it. 8 damage is 8 damage. +1, baby. Just like we drew it up. Alright, everyone's gonna get hit here. The regen's not worth it right now, but probably next turn. Okay. Alright. We skip that. What are we spawning? Fudge. Alright, hate that. I do think probably a long rest there is worth it. Trapper, that's our only play. Now we start to run away. So we'll have the ice. So 1, 2, 3. And I don't have a range attack. I want to keep that for the move 5. I need to get on them next turn. So I feel like Reckless Drive Recharge is pretty good here. And then you, maybe I shouldn't have dropped this way, but I really thought we were in trouble. And I've already used my move 4, so it's got to just kind of be a garbage turn. I think I just move and heal myself. Could loot and teleport, that's not worth it. Or I could move and summon. I don't hate the idea of the summon behind me just to goof up the blade spinner, but it's probably not worth a dark for that. Alright, weak attack, but it's on everyone again. You are annoying. Okay, we got 1 on it. So I could get out a heal trap here. Boom, and that would be on my way, and then I could create a couple damage traps. Or I just get up here and start hitting this guy. I think I need the heal trap. Selfishly, I can't really afford the other play. Alright, and you're short resting, so I do not want to go up there. Alright, I have no cards in hand and I'm 2 health. But I can't do anything about it. I can stamina potion a card back, so I at least choose what I burn. Probably dismantle. We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't die, but I'm kind of banking on it at this point. So I could get everything 6 hexes away and then teleport to him. This burn, or I just heal and get moving. Alright, we'll do the conservative play. You know, probably the better play was the other one, but that's alright. Alright, I like to use this when I'm already at 2, so I get to 4, but that's being pretty greedy. I want a fast turn over here. Alright, we have Dismantle back for that exact reason. We'll take our 3, we'll take our 2. Alright, and here, I have no elements. I want to keep the Mountain's Fist, because I need a heal. Part of me really wants to keep Piercing Pummel. 1, 2, 3. Immobilize him. Or sorry, Shard Launch. I don't know if that's 1 hex or 2. Oh no, the Blade Spinner's summoned over there? Interesting, I hate that. And now we're getting another Bolt Thrower. Okay, okay, okay. What's my play? What's my play? So I like the idea of getting her to. You now have to go fast. Yeah, I think that's only 1 hex. So I think a move 5 attack with a push. But I just used that. So that's not an option. We don't have a great fast turn over here. Alright, I kind of love the idea of a pull. we pull something through both, and then... Okay, this is range 3, so I could hit both right now, and then pull. I don't mind that. Ah, there's nothing I could do. I mean, I could have long rested. Alright, I like the idea of honey trapping that side and maybe getting another heal trap out. Even hitting it myself and just re-putting it in the same spot. And then Blink Blade. There's no point in this because I'm going to go fast again. One, two, three, four, five. I should be able to get there, and I'm pulling him out of the way at 10. So I'm actually going to do Blurry and double time. Okay. Do I go take this? Probably. That is big. I'm summoning another bolt thrower. This gives me probably the kill on my heal. Move 4, all allies within range 2 suffer 1. He doesn't have fire out to wound. I'll take the 1. Alright, I guess I can't. If I consume both of these, this would get me to range 5, or I could do an attack 4 at range 4 if I consume 1. I could change the dark into leaf to get myself a shield. I mean, I don't really care about what they're doing. How much do I need that leaf? Pretty much I'd only use it for the shield, so it's not worth it. Alright, I will get rid of one of these. That should now give me range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I needed Blink to go earlier than her. I could have just flipped initiatives, but that's my own fault. Select target. Oh, so I do need to consume one more. You gonna let me undo this? I'm not gonna consume it just for fun. Alright. We're all good. We stick with everything the same. I just misclicked there in terms of confirming. Nice. So, we're looking okay. It's a little sketchy with our frail people's health. Like Blink Blade, if I would have kept the regen and healed off the wound poison, then my long rest would have actually healed me 2, and 6 feels very different than 2 on Blink Blade. But again, that's my own fault. This resting mechanic is starting to get me a little bit. There's just only so many ways you can avoid this. The reason the pull didn't work is because this hex isn't technically any closer here. Which I kind of figured, but I don't know why. You can't choose this game. That's the great thing about it. Okay, what were you doing? You were as late as we could, moving 5 and double timing. Man, I hate that. I wish I still had my push, but that's fine. I'm gonna change the initiative here just because this position lets me attack him. So I'm gonna change that. And if I'm changing things, do I want to just long rest here? That would theoretically allow me to get Homeboy out of the way before he takes damage. No, I got a short rest. And the main reason that I stick with that play is because if I hit the heal trap and bounce off, I stay much healthier. Half tempted to come here, just because he's going to funnel that way with the traps gone. What did I do last time? I came to the heal. Alright, whatever. We stick with it. That takes damage. We can only pull the bolt. Nope, nope, nope. We need to do this first. Boom, boom. Oops, I think I might have flipped which one I clicked first, but that's okay. Ish. Two, three. Regen doesn't do me any good because that stupid bolt thrower's still attacking everything. You're just doing damage, so the shield doesn't do me any good. I have the pull, but you're going to move that way. Alright, let me think here. Man, I hate this bug. Oh, I stayed in slow. I do that every time with Blink Blade, man. The visual bug gets me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I move up, attack 4, try and kill Bolt Thrower. Okay. Why is it not letting me undo what I click with her? This is getting old. That's what I get for trying to change stuff. Come on. It's because I had already confirmed the Dark Hex. It kind of acts like a an action you can't go back because you've already taken that off the board, so now you have to put it down somewhere. At the end of the day, I kind of needed to redo it, right? Because Blink Blade going slow is miserable. He's just caught on that side of the map being beat up by the blade spinner. So he really needs to go that move 5. I hate when I tweak things because I misclick and then we redo the same turn 3 times. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Yes, I know. Homeboy takes damage. We're okay. We're going to do the same play for the 3rd time here. See if we can pick the right person in the right order. I'm not going to change the Caltrops now. I really want to, because it gives me a lot of utility like next turn, but that's alright. I'll stick with that. And then we were this combo. And if I do it at 14, I don't take damage, but I can't do any damage. If I do it at 46, I take 1 damage. Alright. I think everything should be right now. Alright. Boom, boom. And then we create our ice, so that next turn we can hopefully one-shot something. And then we pull you up. You will be very low post-retaliate damage. I could create here, funneling him this way. That's probably actually a much better play. And then that should pull Bolt Thrower over here. I think I just drop back one and get that heal trap here. And I can now get the regen on Blink Blade, which is much more valuable. Maybe not. Blink Blade's going to take damage this turn, isn't? It's fine. We run. Alright. So if I do my jump boots, that should allow me to go here and double attack him. Not great, not bad, because I'm taking the retaliate and I just got my regen. Versus if I come, I don't need these. I can just do the move 5 to here. And hopefully kill this with the double attack, and that lets me keep my dark out. I shouldn't need the power potion. Do I want this for the invisible? Probably not. Alright, we run this first one. Okay, dead. We can skip the second attack, and then I go hide in the corner here. That was a much better way of putting the trap here to funnel him all the way around, because now we only take 1 damage. Yeah, we still take it there, which stinks. But I can now even get a range attack here, which is probably worth it. Come on, big flip. Worst case scenario, that's rough. If I get the leaf out as well, I can do an attack, brittle, shield, and then still have my bottom. I don't really have a good dark play with her. I mean, I think that was my last turn, so she is getting her ranged attack back. I don't want to let it expire. So the only question is what element I want. And I think setting up the fist is potentially more valuable. At least this turn. Not always, but... Alright, we cancel. Draw. No, it's an extra damage, but it is well worth it. Bolt Thrower, you annoying SOB. Alright. So we still have to go fast there. So I want to go faster here and get... It needs to be a jump or a 4 move. Mountains doesn't get me the heal right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think the moving through the heal's probably worth it. It's a little bit selfish, but I'm keeping my tank healthy, so I'm okay with that. This has to be a short rest, and I'm not adjacent to anyone, so I'm good with that. What are we spawning? Double blade spinners. Yikes. Hindsight's 20/20, but I really wish I would have just moved one and teleported to it. That would have been 2 turns instead of like wasting 5, but that's alright. So she's kind of got a dead turn. Feels like Barrage isn't bad to potentially clean something up, and we need at least a move 3 to go hide. You're coming through and attacking and brittling. And then here, I think we try and cover her retreat with just a ton of traps. And here we go as late as we can with an attack. Alright. Alright, here we go. Do I go back through the trap here? It gets me a lot closer to the door, so I think the answer is yes. We do it all. I really need to get through this guy's health, especially now because I set up this guy to take more damage. Oh boy. Security rating of 5. That sounds terrible. Alright. I think this is our jump turn. And then it has to be a basic move with this, skip, jump, and attack. And I'm going to do this at advantage because I do not want to take this. And then I can summon a dark, which is wonderful. I'm going to put that here. Alright, Deathwalker. We get our booty moving. Man, I don't want to go through my own trap. I also don't want to leave her behind. I guess that's the best move I can. I don't really love marking that bolt thrower, but it's fine for now. Trapper, here we go. Time to shine. What's he moving? 0. Okay. Ah, that's technically an occupied hex because of the thing. In that case, I probably should have just came forward and got one in the doorway, but that's okay. And that has to be at range 2. Nice. Not ideal, but not bad. Okay. I really think I just try and leave everything behind now and run. Man, this is expensive. I have to get a kill if I'm doing this. And I don't have anything in one shot. I mean, this feels like a turn that I really need to just get maybe drawback. Oh, I hate this. I needed to do this like a turn sooner, man. This is getting out of hand. Alright, you gotta run. You kind of have to hang out and heal, unfortunately, is my issue. This is probably my safest turn to get that thing way up in there. And then I don't want to consume it, I want to teleport to it. And then I could rest in the shade and teleport to it next turn. Oh, I don't like this, we're not in a good spot. Here we long rest. You're getting away so I don't take damage. Alright. How much are you moving? 1. You guys are annoying. You guys are annoying. At least I get the ward with that play. Oh, I might have just killed homeboy. I might have just killed him. Alright, we'll still run it. We'll see how this goes. So... the only thing I'm thinking is I don't know if it's actually worth me placing 3 more in this room right now. Okay, there's really nothing to pull. An immobilized trap behind me doesn't feel too bad. We were like not in bad shape and in terrible shape at the same time. It kind of just comes down to what those guys draw. This is a really good turn to go invisible. I mean, not a perfect turn, but I'm fine with it because I want to get in there. That was not the right turn. I needed to wait 1 more turn, but I was going to lose the fire, so it's fine. It's fine. All right, what am I getting rid of? Probably power leak at this point. And then I am going to need my heal back in this next room. And we are in trouble. I cannot even get to anyone. 1, 2, 3 to do my heal turn. So I think it's got to be a late initiative with this to do a big health swing. Okay, we've got a long rest there so I don't take damage, and you need to do something and teleport. Oh god, I hate that. I'm gonna go there and teleport? That's a terrible play. Rushing is not my game. What are big boys doing? Okay, that's perfect. I'm still gonna do this. I'll take the 1 for the pure damage. What are blade spinners doing? Move 2 so they're not getting there. Okay. Now my only thing is I don't know if I can actually teleport to that with someone on it. Okay. Skip loot. Yeah, because it's a hex with shadow. That's what I figured. Shit. I mean, there's nothing I can do to draw that up, so I guess I just leave her back here as fodder. So hindsight, I kind of wish I would have just trapped up the far doors, not the middle, but it's fine. Ooh, she's still alive. Look at her go. Alright, Fist. He moved in range, but you're not going to get a heal off that. I mean, it's a trap though, right? Like, I have to kill what's in front of me, not what's behind me. If I do the heal, I get this back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't get to anyone to actually do damage. Fudge. Alright. He is not who I want to attack, but I do want the big heal so I can jump in. Yes. Give myself more movement there. And then push everyone at range 3-1. Get out of here. And then we long rest safely in the middle of the fight, just like we drew it up. And I need to keep my move 4. Actually, my move 5 might be better. Honeypot? Yeah, no more heals. No more heals. So I feel like it's kind of doable at this point, mainly just because I have cards to burn. One, two, three, four. Yep, we got our elements. We get in there and do stuff. We move 5, and then let's get down a spike pit. Maybe I can immobilize something. Okay. So adding Pierce to all my attacks feels really strong, and then I guess double attacking. But I'm also invisible, so just going late and triple attacking isn't bad, but it's not great. At least if I come here, I keep him from taking everything. This is not my fast turn though. I have to selfishly go slow. And my slow move 3, kinetic transfer. I guess I'll do double time kinetic transfer because that gets me to here blocking. No, I actually just move him this way. So I do whatever's best for me slow, and that'll just be a bunch of attacks. And then the next turn I have... No, I want to keep that combo. So an attack 2 and an attack 3, I guess. Not great, but not bad. Alright, we got our shield up though. Fist is doing fist things. You're not the one I want to hit. And I don't have 2 shadows out. How much are you moving? You guys are doing your self-destruct. Okay, I hate that. Probably should have short rested just to get back my teleport, but that's okay. Do I want to do the attack 5 and consume my shadow? Sure. I don't think I have many turns left with her. Why don't we like that? Why can't I click this? Sure, I will mark you in there. And then what is this? Ooh, a heal. We'll get that heal here. Could keep me from burning this first attack. Nice. Blade spinners drew nothing. That was big. Trapper just running in there. Trapper's done a lot for us this mission. I'll throw that shield this way with the heal. Hopefully I don't have to burn this turn. Blink Blade, what we got? We're going to do this first into the brittle. And I will do that strengthened with an extra damage. Come on, baby. Big flip. Okay, well, not bad. Damage is damage. Should have probably done the power potion this turn, but that's fine. Alright, these guys aren't doing... I mean, other than murdering her, aren't particularly doing anything. I didn't play a good Deathwalker. I fully admit that. I really needed to take more advantage of my shadows in that mid-game. I just got behind the curve with her, and I didn't kill enough stuff to catch up because this mission turned into a flee for your life. I didn't realize how many summons there were going to be. So that was a mistake, and then my second mistake is I needed to short rest to get my teleport back. Not getting my teleport back just cost me 6 cards. So hindsight's 20/20. Okay, shield's not enough. Alright. Deathwalker. Wait, what? Yeah, I was gonna say. Deathwalker loses cards. That's fine. That's just how we drew it up. Unfortunately, Deathwalker exhausts, but that's okay. I'm gonna dance my little booty to here to be more of a wall. And we don't need anything back. Alright, you fast as many pierce attacks as we can. I don't hate the idea of sneaking around and pulling someone into that trap. I think I'm going to focus on these guys. They're my bigger threat. So actually just pushing one away feels really strong, and then I'll just focus one and go get the trap. He's earned the trap. He's done a ton for us. And then we short rest here. I really can't lose Primal. That's my only heal. And at this point, I'm going to stand right here and heal. I do need to keep shard launching, but I don't think it's going to happen for us for that perk. And we've got everyone else's play. Move 4, everyone suffers 1. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Okay. We've had some pretty lucky flips. I'm going to keep curling to the back. Well, there's no way even Blink Blade is getting through that shield now. Surprise. We can at least get him into a trap. I love that. A wound trap, even better. I have more push. Let's go. Keep moving. Alright, pull. Does that do me any good? Not really. Data drive, interesting. Okay, am I changing what I'm doing here? Because I'm only getting Pierce 2 and I need to get through 7. Not really, I'm just going to come protect homie. And then this is pretty much just an XP, which is booty, but that's fine. I like the just metal clank noise. That feels very fitting for what I'm attacking into right now. Alright. These guys can't get to me. We stalled long enough. Maybe I spoke too soon. On this side with the ice, they did move a long ways. Let me pick up that ice. It's fine. I still got the stamina on Blink Blade I need that I could burn for homie if I have to. We don't care about 1 damages particularly. Alright, I need to kill something while something's adjacent to me, and I might be able to do it if I flip well right here. Let's go. Oh, that was lucky. I am lucky they moved up that much. I will fully admit that. I just keep the Primal Bellow going. We take 2, we heal 3 every round. And we got our double element. Alright, give me just a sec. Alright, we're back just for the last little bit of this. I was so close to finishing, but I had to call it quits. For each hero, select 2 ability cards. Okay. You know, there's a lot in life you can control, right? Like, I could have chosen not to work out and carved out that time instead. Oh, what is this? Interesting. I mean, I don't really care at this point in the mission. But there's definitely things that you can control, right? And that was probably 90% of why this video was delayed, so that's on me. And then the other little bit was things you can't control. And that's the weather in Michigan. There's just nothing you can do sometimes. I'm gonna I guess a long rest. I want a short rest for the sake of XP, but I don't want to nuke Trapper and get him down to 2 just in case these guys fly up the side. So that's a safer play. And then here I've got both my elements, so that's probably just a draw heal. And you can't control the weather, and pretty much the extra hour it would have taken me to get this video spliced together and uploaded, it just wasn't worth putting the family at risk for the weather freezing, so had to be responsible. Nice, that's a big disarm. Yep, we take the 3, we at least heal the 3, but now I have the shield for the turn, and I went at 10, so I'll take focus. I do wish I could have just finished it up. I mean, we're 5 minutes away from being done with this video, but my wife peeked in and I got the look that said this is taking too long, so she was right, she was right. Alright, where are these guys moving? Attack 4, nice, they're not doing anything, and these guys are targeting as many as they can. So I actually think a really safe play just feels like throwing this over here. Then at max, 1 can come up the side here. And I will get away from him over here and be a human shield. I could have pulled something all the way up, but I don't really care. This was a fun mission. It definitely gets a little sweaty. The tempo really picks up once you hit, I want to say it was like turn 11 or 12. Once they start summoning blade spinners behind you, it gets sketchy in a hurry. Being 100% honest, we had a lot of luck with what we, with what they drew. So I will take that. I think I long rested in fast turn there, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's my own fault. We'll see if I have, yeah. So I do wish that wasn't a thing, right? Like, granted, I should have just clicked a slow turn. Oh, it's because I'm not in the next round. Okay, we'll see what this shows. Alright, we got Leaf back for another brittle. Or I have a shield here. I mean, I think I just keep doing my thing. Nice, I can get an XP out of this. Or a big pull. It's done at the end of this turn, so this is just an XP turn. So we long rested in fast, so I did not get my time token. Which is 100% my fault. But also it feels like if you're going 99, you should just always, by default, be slow. But that's alright. So because I'm slow, I could get out ice for homie, but I can't do it quickly, so it's probably not worth it. And I can't do any of my Pierce shenanigans in slow. I think I got the mute on that in time. Man, that sneeze was aggressive. Alright. I think I'm just going to go attack stuff then. And this is the last turn. I can't get an XP in slow, so kind of is what it is. Alright, we get this out. And then we pull this through our wall of traps. Let's go. And then you deserve that loot. Yeah, heck yeah, let's get a trap behind us. Trapper was really valuable this game. Definitely feels that way because it was all melee enemies, but... Alright. Really not much we can do for an XP here, that's fine, I don't really care. I will just create this over here. Do I care about the push? Not really. And maybe, but I don't care. I'm just gonna let him keep being a wall. Yeah, so snuck over to the in-laws for a little bit. That was good to see them and spend a little time. And now we are just back. I got a little bit of a long weekend on this end, so I'm going to do my best to pre-record another video. That way we are up to date. And even getting back ahead, I would love, since I was behind this week. I'm going to try and sneak an extra video out over the holidays and then do a better job staying ahead. Should have popped my power potion right with it being my last turn, but I don't care. I think I had to get Blink Blade below 3 health, so actually moving up and taking all those attacks I think worked out perfect. Or maybe it was Deathwalker. But she definitely had below 3 health, considering she's been dead the whole mission. She did great. I just did not get Dark out efficiently. And that was my own fault. Alright, we have chained 3 missions in a row. We've leveled people up a bunch. Please let us go back to Frosthaven so we can pick cards. I really need to get Trapper's Strength and Bless card. That will absolutely let Blinkblade go insane. Something I didn't think about is I think Blinkblade is about to retire. I'm like 7 out of 8 at seeing names in outpost stories.
Will never tire. Their bodies will never feel pain. They will come at you as long as they draw power, but you cannot wait. Already your limbs are heavy, and sweat stings your eyes. You back up and hit a wall, and there is nowhere else to go. The machines are closing in. Then a shout.
It is done.
The orphan says. The moment hangs. Nothing appears to have changed. And yet the steel golems do not advance. You wipe the sweat and blood from your eyes, confused. Then the guard closest to you shudders, and that's when you see it. A blade piercing through its chassis. The other unfettered have come to your defense. Waves of injured and mismatched automatons burst through the door and drag down their steely siblings, like a storm crashing over a sandcastle. Within seconds, the fight is over. The room is reduced to a heap of broken machinery and a new army, loyal and at the ready. One of them, a large barrel-chested automaton, lifts the orphan and brings it over, and you understand how close you came to death. The orphan's legs are broken, and its chest is cratered. It took a terrible beating, but somehow it's managed to stay alive long enough to finish its work.
We've done it,
the orphan says, the light behind its face blooming like a rising flame.
I asked them for peace. I asked them to join me, all of them, to give up this fighting and work together with those above. This is their choice. The unfettered chose peace.
Nice.
It takes several days to recover from the battle. The unfettered aid you as best they can, though hospitality is clearly a skill the machines have not practiced. Eventually you make your way out of the complex and back to Frosthaven. When you arrive,
bring them back with us.
You are not alone. Instead, you come surrounded by a retinue of fighters draped in thick cloaks. Their long armored legs
give us some
down
defense to the town.
One of the guards atop the gate shouts down, asking who goes there, but rather than answering yourself, you allow someone else to speak up.
Allies!
The orphan shouts and peels back its hood.
Allies come to your aid.
Nice. A little bit of a cheesy ending, but I love it. All right, morale, boom. Nice. New class. Love that. Outpost event. Unfettered allies. All right. And we are finally back in town.
The final stage of the Alchemist's Lab is complete. With its expansion, you can now brew more advanced potions. Inside, you encounter bubbling vats and work tables covered in retorts and alembics. Among the glassware toil multiple residents of Frosthaven, including, oddly, the Savas playwright Eros. You never pegged Eros as an alchemist. Eros flips its long scarf across its stony shoulder and gives you an equally stony look.
I'm researching poisons for a play where two lovers scheme to kill their enemies.
Eros sniffs at your incredulous expression.
It won't be real poison. I simply need the actors to appear sickly enough to convince the audience.
With a grandiose gesture, the Savas squeezes a dropper into a vial. The potion promptly produces a puff of noxious smoke. Eros reels backward, and you quickly herd everyone out. It's a good thing you told them to include ventilation in the building.
Nice.
Democracy, the lifeblood of a fledgling society. Now that the town hall is operational, you'll have the chance to weigh in on some of the important facets of life in Frosthaven. You'll finally have a say in the way this place is run.
Absolutely not.
Mayor Sather's square jawline ripples with a tinge of anger.
You don't have votes. You don't have say. This is a dictatorship at best.
Actually, Mum, with all due respect.
Captain Olmsted straightens the Frosthaven insignia on his lapel, his confidence uncharacteristically in check.
It would perhaps assist in town morale if you permitted voting on matters.
Sather growls at him, balling her fists.
Small matters.
Fine. You can have one stupid vote, and then you're all going back to work keeping us from dying on the frozen tundra. And Captain, something small. I want it to have zero effect on anything.
This is interesting because I don't really know who I'm siding with. I mean, other than just red and blue being our typical political parties, which I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. All right, we're going to call it here. I'm going to get this video up since I'm already late, and then we have a very exciting outpost phase. Can't wait to see these new cards. See you soon.